Hey guys, it's me again, Alyssa. Since it's the week of Halloween, I decided I would put on my old costume that I wore once in college. The only thing that sucks is the sleeves are a little long, more than maybe 3 or 4 buttons. I have to wrap the button back through the hole again, because if not, it'll pop open on its own. But this is most likely the last time I'll be wearing this costume. Other than that, you might just be seeing me in my Winnie the Pooh night onesie, which I will be doing a post later on if you will like to see me in that costume when I vlog, or just regular everyday clothes. But some of them will probably be me like before I have to leave for work, so can't do it then because I would already have to be dressed. But other than that, welcome to my channel if you are new. Also, like and subscribe. Comment what you like in this channel and everything. I will probably do a Halloween video later again of me trying to do like maybe this face, since I have some makeup to do that. Probably seeing if I can do the sugar skull for Day of the Dead, which I forgot when that is. Let me ask Siri. Hey Siri.
I'm here.
What day is Day of the Dead? Hey Siri. What day is Day of the Dead?
Day of the Dead is this Friday, November 2nd, 2018.
Okay. So, Day of the Dead is on November 2nd. I don't know why I always thought it was held in October, but I want to try to pronounce it in Spanish, but my Spanish is basically no bueno. I know very little Spanish, even though I took so many years of it in junior high. I think like 2 years of Spanish in junior high, and then let's see, freshman, sophomore. Yeah, 2 years of Spanish in junior high. 2 years of French in high school. I almost took Spanish. Well, I was somewhat doing that. And then when I transferred to a different city, when we moved in junior year, I ended up taking Spanish instead because I didn't want to have to sit there and actually speak stuff in French. I can read it, but I can't speak it. Just because of that Allstate commercial where it says you can't believe what you see online, and it's the guy that looks like he lives in his mom's basement saying bonjour. After that, I can't really say anything else in French, but I know very little. I know more Spanish than French, but not enough to hold a full-on conversation. But it's 2 o'clock. I'm just going to get into it. In this video, I'm going to talk about what, if y'all are on this side of town where I live in Texas, you've probably already seen it all over Facebook. What happened on the 26th. That big incident. I'm going to tell you what happened yesterday at work and why you didn't see my aunt and the kid on Saturday as well. So I'm going to change out of this and catch you in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. But in Pooh Bear, putting this on. Yeah, this one is a zip up one. It's zip up. Got it at Walmart. This one actually is more fitting. If you can see, it actually goes up to my wrist. Sad thing is this one doesn't have pockets or a tail like the Pikachu one does. Come here, Harley. But this little baby has almost torn holes in it already. Time to go nay-nay. Go nay-nay. Thank you. But, okay, back to the main thing. I have notes written here. Starting off, remember one of the things I told you that I have plans for this month, since it's getting to November and everything. I'll be going to the Renaissance this year, or I'll be going to the Renaissance again, but this is my second time going. This year, I don't think me and Michael are going to be going in costume. I think his mom might, but it all depends on the weather. And if we do, I'll probably just come up with something out of the clothes that I have. But yeah, I found out that I got that day off I requested that we're going to the Renaissance. That same day, I made dinner plans to go to the Monument Inn with my boyfriend's parents and everything, which we did that. It was just me and them that went, and it was after I got off of work. Creepy thing is, I never realized how creepy and disgusting the tongue of a cow is until it came through my line at work. All I saw was just a big package, very flimsy, that had everything in there that's usually with raw meat inside of a vacuum packed bag. And then, I don't know why, but when I looked down at the label, cow tongue, after I saw the texture, I looked at it to slide it across to make sure it was going to the other side to get back correctly for the customer, and I saw the texture, what the taste buds look like on a tongue, and I knew what it was. And that's when I read the label and saw that it said cow tongue. Could not believe that. Kind of got disgusted, so every time I go to the grocery store now, I try to avoid that section because it's just very, very cringy and everything. But other than that, on to the bad news that happened on Friday, which I like to title Scary Day at Work. It was just a normal day. It was getting close to 6 o'clock when I was about to get off, checking out some customers. Hear some popping and smoke outside, look outside. I thought it was just kids being stupid with fireworks near cars. That's what I thought it was, but no. A customer that was just leaving, or I can't figure out if this customer was leaving or coming in, she came running into the store screaming, "They have a gun." So, first instinct is everyone runs, scream, and duck and cover. What didn't help is it was between 3 guys and an unknown number of people that were inside the red vehicle, and everything. It was, give or take, real quick, because by the time I got back to the register, it was like 6 or 5:58, even closer to 6 o'clock than it was when it happened. So it basically happened like around I'm sitting here trying to think in my head when the time I saw, other than when I got back to the register. It was like maybe 5:45, 5:50, 5:55, between there, somewhere in between there, when the whole thing went down and everything. From what I heard, after everything was over, that I heard the next day, which I'll get to that later, is that it was either something gang related or something that happened on Craigslist. But so far, haven't really heard anything else. I'll probably look that stuff up later on Facebook, because I was told yesterday by my aunt when she called me that she's surprised it wasn't on the news, but it was all over Facebook. In this day and age, that's usually how it's going to be. It'll be all over social media before it eventually gets to the news somehow. But like I said, the 3 guys that were being shot at ran inside and hid somewhere in the store. The vehicle left. No one really saw what it was, from what I know of. Sorry, I'm just going off of memory of what happened that day and everything, because this is like the second time I had to deal with something that involved a gun since I moved to this side of Texas and everything. But the 3 guys came in when everything calmed down, and the manager came up there after we had to call him to the front on the intercom and run to the back and get him and everything. The 3 guys are coming from the back with him. We saw 1 out of the 3 was limping. The employee whose son I was with when we ran off to avoid it, she was asking the guy if he was okay, and when he lifted up the back of his pants leg and everything, we saw that he had a few bullet holes in the back of his lower leg. It was like around his, almost, it was like real close to his ankle. But the cops showed up like, yeah, it had to have been like at 5:50, 5:55, because they showed up like maybe 5 or, yeah, it had to have been at 5:45, because like 5 or 10 minutes after that they showed up, and then they were putting little labels down like you see in the crime movies, marking where the bullets are. Found out one of the employees, his vehicle actually got hit by some of the bullets, so we won't be seeing that car up at work for a while. Cops are out there asking people questions and everything. I end up finally getting a hold of my phone, which was at the register inside the drawer. I didn't have it in my pocket because it never really stays in my pocket. It somehow always falls out. In my pants pocket or in my jacket pocket, it always falls out, or something bad happens to the phone. So I just keep it either in a bag that I have near me, or if I'm at work on the register, I keep it in the drawer. And I ended up getting my boyfriend's parents to pick me up from work because I did not want to walk across the street from work to get home and everything. And they were going to be heading this way anyway to pick me up to go to dinner. And I told them about it and everything. They ended up asking me if I was going to be okay, if it was up to me if I wanted for them to drop me off at the apartment after we ate dinner, or to go back home with them until my boyfriend got off work. I told them I'll go back home with them because I really did not feel safe, because who knows if they actually found them yet and everything. But sucks for Harley. She was stuck here by herself, probably not knowing what the heck was going on, or should I say what the hell. Sometimes my country accent comes out when I say that, so I try to avoid saying the word hell when I'm telling stuff. But yeah, that's what happened on Friday. Saturday, I went to work after everything happened. Was just feeling just fine. Everything was going well, and all of a sudden, after an hour of being at work, I ended up not feeling well. Went to the bathroom. Did not end pretty. Ended up going back to the front and try to see if I can ignore it, but it didn't help. I almost threw up a couple of times while checking out customers, and I had to stop it. And by the time I told the store director, when he was still there, he said the most screwed up thing to say. He said, "Oh, you look okay. Doesn't look like anything's wrong. Take something and get back up there." When I told him that when I was on my way to break. And the only thing I did was take an ibuprofen, and that still didn't help. I ended up having to take some different type medicine when I got home and everything. But if it's someone else that's sick, they get to go home early. No, I had to stay there until 6 o'clock again. But good thing my boyfriend was off of work and everything. But earlier that morning, I found out, I ended up texting my aunt to see if her and the kid were gonna show up, since the other day they couldn't because we were at the laundromat and not at home. And found out that my aunt's sick again and everything. So the kid was upset again that she didn't get to see me. And what sucked is that my aunt was only on that side of town because she was going to help my cousin, the little Tara's mother, Jaslyn's mother, the 4-year-old that you've seen in the video when she was 3, when me and my friend scared her with his clown mask. She was mad because she couldn't see me because they were going to end up moving to a different apartment. So they didn't show up on Saturday and everything. So on to yesterday, the 28th. We got up early, did laundry. We later went to CC's, and in between doing laundry and going to CC's, I got the call from my aunt, her telling me what all it was, why she was sick and everything, and telling me that the kid isn't even in school right now, which is kind of messed up. She's 4 years old. She's not in school yet, and she's now living in a different area. They don't even live on this side of town anymore. They live closer to my cousin's grandmother on her dad's side. And I was told the kid's been going to work with her and doing the little workbook since she's not in school from the move and everything. And like I said, we then went to CC's Pizza because we had some coupons that came in the mail. Also, when I was at work, I got asked to stay a little bit later because I was scheduled to get off at 10, but I stayed another hour. I stayed another hour at work to help because the person who was scheduled to 11, she ended up going home early because she wasn't feeling well and everything. And in between there and what I'm about to tell you, I ended up being asked to run the front while the manager was doing a report on what happened. There was a lady that came in who was on one of the knee scooters and everything, and she asked me where the bathroom was. I told her, and when she was on her way over, when she was taking a different shortcut to get to it, she ended up falling off of the knee scooter. Her wheel got caught on a step stool that someone left out. They didn't close up the step stool. They left it open up against the wall where the paper towels and napkins are, which I think is just straight up fucking stupid at this point. And the cashier in front of me said she fell. I got done with the customer that I had at the same moment, so told the customer have a nice evening, closed down my register, and went to go help the lady. And the customer was helping at the same time, helping her up. I was asking her if she was okay. I'm gonna figure out who it was that did this and tell the manager. We never figured out who it was. I told the manager. He asked me where the lady was. I'm like, she went into the bathroom. She asked me where the bathroom was, so she should be in the bathroom. By the time she left out of there, or by the time she actually left out of there, the manager wasn't there by the bathroom to ask her if she was okay and everything, and how everything happened. But she said she was fine. She came through the front again. I asked her again, "Are you okay, ma'am?" She said yes, and I told the manager she's out in the car in one of the handicapped spots and everything. It's either her son or husband out there that's helping her into the car and everything. He didn't make it to her in time, so when he was writing down the report of that, he had me running the front as CSR after he asked me if I've done that before. I was in the process of being trained on how to do that at the other store, and so he handed me a key, so I was like either on the register or helping some of the other cashiers with stuff like voids, price checks, stuff going on with the cards, or stuff that I knew how to do. Because my boyfriend, when he worked at the other store with me, he was actually the one training me, so I knew some stuff of how to do, but not all of it. And plus, at that store, we were selling cigarettes. At this one, we don't sell cigarettes. We just sell baby formula and the other groceries. We actually have an aisle with Caribbean stuff to make it more specific. Like, there's some Jamaica spices from Jamaica. There's soda, few candies. I was really surprised that this store actually sells that, because at all other stores you will see like the Mexican aisle. You'll see more Mexican products than other stuff. Like every now and then you would probably see like stuff from you'll see like more Asian cuisines and everything. But that's all that I can remember that's happened so far from Friday to yesterday and everything. Halloween is on Wednesday. I actually have to work that day. Same hours that I worked the day of the shooting at my job. Just to let you know, that was the only person that got wounded that we know of. I will be looking up stuff on Facebook later if it actually is all over it, because I have not been on Facebook in a while, and if I am, it's usually just like looking through stuff on the home page, but I haven't been on it since I can't even remember the last time I was on Facebook. Probably earlier that morning of the when the day of the shooting. But other than that, I will catch you guys later. Happy Halloween, and y'all have fun. And right there, I could hear my little southern accent. I don't know why that happens. Like I said, I have no control over that when that happens. I've now gotten into the habit where I can tell sometimes if that does happen. But it is almost 2:30. I will catch you guys later. Y'all have fun. Be safe out there. Definitely, if you're in my area, really be safe out there. And everything. I'm just going to go back to looking over the stuff that we need for grocery shopping later in the week. And next time I see y'all will be after the Renaissance, because little puppy is going to be staying at my aunt's house Friday night to Sunday, depending on what time I get off and everything. so we won't come home to a mess in her cage, but I really do not know. I really don't know. My aunt is the one who gave me the idea of having the dog stay at her place when we go to the Renaissance. But the Renaissance is on a Saturday, so I won't see my puppy for almost 2 days. I won't be able to see you for almost 2 days. 2 or 3 days to be exact. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. I will give you news if I actually get a car soon. But other than that, I still only have my permit. And I will catch you guys later. Bye.